just taken him to a photo and text. His whole side.
Oh, it's my friend. Who said what? I didn't say that. Really? We have it. Window. It's my window 6
Alright guys, I'm teaching y'all today. Y'all need to use y'all MacBooks, man. Good amount.
I
do not use your MacBook. It's the 21st century.
I know it.
You have to use
So
your
go ahead and
MacBook.
get y'all MacBooks out.
you said go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and get them out.
No.
Y'all do need them.
You said we don't.
No, I said y'all do need them.
Confusing, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
You use very deceiving choices of words.
Have y'all ever heard of Nearpod?
No.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it sounds like the best
Go
website.
ahead and go to Safari. Nearpod.com.
Do we gotta go to Safari?
Yeah, y'all gotta do Safari.
Safari doesn't work.
I never get on Safari.
You don't
I do.
like Word, do you?
But I don't use it. What is it? I'm not using it.
Nearpod. You don't see that?
I can't see
I
that.
put Nearpod.
Nearpod. Near.
Nearpod.com.
Yeah.
I'm not using no Safari. I get on fire.
That's the right one, sorry. This Nearpod thing is like an interactive.
Near meter. Mr. Jones.
Is that it?
Alright. It's not lit.
I will sit thanks to God. Go in the hallway. Miss Cooper.
Did you get on it yet? Yeah, that's it. It should look like that.
I'm using Firefox.
That's fine.
It's a magic moment.
What do I do?
Go to nearpod.com. It won't be in that. Just type it in at the top. Alright, that's good. So, I'm going to give y'all. Alright, so y'all see that? Y'all see that code up on the screen?
Yes.
Type in join session at the top right. See that? And type that in.
Doesn't have to be capital.
Yeah.
y'all are.
We're good at building a machine.
Wait.
Did y'all type
Yes,
that
I
in?
am. We need to build a person. What's the wow machine? I'm talking
That's
about
it. All right.
There he is.
Hey, them have a wow machine. They do like taking out butterflies. Up here, and light bulbs.
Look at the wow machine.
You were like, oh, you what? You don't look at the power. I just got it.
Wow machine get all this.
I don't even fake it.
The wow machine will give you all the what?
You did it.
That's like the only way you have apparently the wow machine and it's
Alright, y'all ready?
Wow machine.
The wow machine is awesome.
The wow machine. Here. You're welcome.
Have y'all got it yet? Everybody got it?
You?
It made Twitter. It makes me.
Did I do it? How'd that jump out? I'm gonna throw it behind that. Oh, world. We keep having to do it. It was easy to get. I am like that.
Alright. So, I know. Guys. Alright, so I know y'all been talking about graphs a lot, and we've been working on that a lot this week. And that's going to be something y'all are going to see, I think, at the end of this year. Is that right? Y'all are going to take to Aspire. And I just wanted to use this lesson. It's like a fun thing. Y'all do like polls. Y'all are going to take little polls and some questions. Y'all get to draw a little bit. But this is just going to be a fun way to see if y'all really know a good bit about graphs. Let's see if this works.
We're all stuck on the wow machine.
Alright, so I'm going to be controlling y'all's computer from here on out.
What?
That's weird.
Is she gonna be able to join or not?
Stop it.
Her computer wasn't.
So you want her to
It's
just
his
change?
That's
Yeah, I was trying to get.
I forgot to hold my computer.
Where do we need to go?
It's not messed up.
What are you doing?
I should have called you.
Wait, you get into it.
I
Wait,
said,
can you move our mouse?
No.
Alright, you first got to share with Jane.
I like that. Yay, I can share it.
Yeah, you're right.
On the bottom.
We can still move our mouse. Thank God.
I think once he does that, it can't have anybody, right?
That's right.
Y'all can just work together. Maybe couldn't.
Yeah, we're gonna put it.
Alright, so for y'all's name, y'all can put y'all's name in. Y'all put any name in, that's fine.
Yeah.
Can I put Blood's name with it? No.
Blood's name? That's fine.
What about that other?
Okay. What about the other option?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. This is option.
There I am.
I forgot that.
Alright, once you say thank you, let's put your name in.
There I am.
There's me. There he is. Narwhals. Hashtag Bob. Or hashtag Narwhals Bob.
Where am I? Hell.
It's 90.
Come on.
What about the other
You already
spaces?
did it?
I don't know what.
Huh?
How we? I don't know what.
Everyone see me?
Just put any name.
Keith, you put Bob the Builder, didn't you?
No, here, I'll spin
You
like
put
that.
Bob the Builder, didn't you?
I got it.
I did.
Since
You won't see me.
Okay, we'll delete it.
That guy. Who put that guy?
There I am.
For y'all in?
What's the thing under it?
What?
You put that guy, didn't you?
Bob the Builder.
I put my
Don't worry about the optional part. Just put in your name.
T-Rex /
I didn't put that.
Maybe it is, that's Jaden.
Is everybody got
Our
their
leader is
name in?
Jaden.
Taking it on now.
I'm hashtag Narwhals Bob.
Whose nickname ain't taken?
Hit it.
You
Why
are
is it
out.
ready my move? Why is it working?
What's the crap? I thought we were in the door now. I don't like this.
You put control in it.
We'll not control my computer. This
Do
is
it
weird,
back.
Mr. Jones.
Swipe.
Just forget my computer. It's
listen on an iPhone. We can't.
Mine's
Hey, will you swipe it back?
Alright, hang on just a second. I need y'all to go back.
Go back.
Yeah, go back to the ancient presentation. Now pin in that one.
So delete this.
Yeah, delete that.
Exit. Yeah.
Do that one.
I wanted to marinate.
So what was that for? Just nothing.
That one was a presentation that they
Hey, you want my name?
to do that TRHAC. Yeah.
I'm welcome on your pod.
How does that work?
I think I did it wrong.
Alright.
Find out how to exit it.
Oh, I got a good name. I got a good name.
Did y'all see that right there now? Welcome.
Start with the chat.
Now, do y'all's name again.
God, that fast.
Alligators rule.
Read all the names. Okay, my name's up there.
Oh, there it is. I see mine. It's on the very bottom.
What does it say?
There's mine. Who says?
I
Coleman, your name's up there.
It
will say your Jeff. Someone read.
Who put that? I didn't put that.
Put what?
Yeah, I did.
Somebody put Coleman Reed.
I did.
Einstein, not Einstein.
Now,
Coleman Bird.
alright, so this is a part of the presentation. This is a question. It says, how comfortable are you with reading and understanding tables and graphs? There should be a few answers for. And yeah, y'all answer.
I'm done. I'm at the top.
Little Einstein.
Yep, I'm Einstein.
You spelled Einstein wrong.
I see my name.
No, you didn't.
I'm the fourth one down.
You put your regular.
Wait, oh man,
You have the whole name.
My name is Jim.
Little Jill, my name is Japan. My name is Jeff.
I'm Jim.
See, because my name is
Alright, most of y'all think y'all are pretty comfortable with graphs.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
from the poll, y'all feel pretty comfortable with reading tables and graphs. That's good.
So we draw like a girl. I can draw graphs.
You took the lights off, please.
Come around. This one lights on.
Alright, y'all should be able to see it through y'all's screen. So, this says, are you familiar with how bar graphs, circle graphs, and line graphs work? So just go ahead and answer that one as well. That one's through again.
You will. Say you will.
Where?
There it is. That guy.
Alright, so most of y'all are pitting, y'all are kind of familiar. So that's good. We're gonna look at mainly bar graphs, circle graphs, and line graphs today. So a lot of y'all have probably seen it. Y'all been working on them. Y'all been answering questions about them. But now we're gonna really look at some of the key parts of it so that I can help y'all when y'all are taking these tests. And one thing that Ms. Cooper mentioned the other day is if you can make a graph, then you can read a graph. So we might need to do that as well.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get this. 60
All you have to do is see your screen. So it don't matter if you can see it.
Can we turn off the lights so we can see it?
Alright, so now,
We really need to work more.
in this part, it's asking you which of the following is a dependent variable in this line graph. Y'all may not have heard that before, what a dependent variable is. I'm not sure or not. But just do your best to see if you can answer that about that graph.
Mr. Jones, can you turn off the lights so we can see it?
It's on your screen.
I know.
You You don't even have to see this screen. It's on y'all's. It's fine.
I don't know. Did I get it wrong?
That's fine. Just answer the best you can.
Yeah,
We
but I
may
can't
see
see
this
it.
question again later on.
You tell me this. I got this.
I'll let y'all know the right answer.
Where's your computer?
Who's Jeff? You got to put my name is Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so the correct answer was A, and we're gonna look at that in just a second. How many of y'all knew that A was the right answer? You
I
did?
didn't know. I just
I put B.
How'd you know that A was the right answer? How'd you know that?
I clicked on the graphic up close and put it up in the middle of the screen, and I could see
Good job.
What's the dependent variable?
the different the year.
The years? Actually we're gonna talk about how that's not the dependent variable in just a second. Alright, so first of all, bar graph. All of y'all pretty much seen bar graph, haven't y'all?
Yeah, it's like the bar thing.
So yeah, it's just the bars. It usually has something on the bottom and usually a numerical value going up to the top. So I bet that bar graphs are an easy way to compare different sets of data. So if you had a bar graph in front of you, you would be comparing one thing to another. And that's usually what you're going to be doing on a test, is they're going to ask you questions about one thing or another. Which was the highest, which was the lowest. So here's an example of a bar graph. I can see it on your screen. This bar graph is showing different mountain heights over time. So there's mountain A, there's mountain B, or blue mountain, green mountain. And the first year it's going to be 1950, and the mountains are they're really high, aren't they? They're as high as they are on the graph. And then, yeah, it goes 1975, goes to, what's that, 2000, and then 2025. So 2025 hasn't happened yet, but with graphs, you can predict, right, what the heights of the mountains could be. So that's one thing about graphs that you can do, and they might ask you about.
How are there different color mountains? Blue mountains and green mountains.
This is just names.
Blue mountains.
It's not actual mountains.
Blue mountains were snow swift. The green mountains were.
You want to see that?
The blue.
Well, see, that's the thing, is you just see it on the computer. That's all it does.
I think I know where it's from.
Good job, AJ.
I don't know why I went to the
Yeah, I know you are tempted to look up there, because I'm looking up there. But it's on your screen. So with this, do y'all see how that trend is happening? What's the trend in this bar graph? What seems to be happening with these mountains? It's going down, right? It's decreasing. Y'all see that? Yeah, y'all see that? It's going down from 1950 and predictably in 2020.
How many years is that altogether?
Alright, so
Where's the draw?
in this one y'all get to draw, and the question says to circle the year where the mountains were the tallest and the shortest.
It's
There
a
should be
button.
an eraser.
Teachers, please post your attendance. Post your attendance at this time, please, if you have not done so. Michaela Nation, report to the office, please.
Wait, you get to draw the what?
Yeah, you might have to click on it so you can see the whole thing.
Circle.
Ow.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
And
wanna
then
see the-
submit it.
What's the? It's not asking the question.
It's not asking a question, it's just telling you directions. Just to circle the year where the mountains are the tallest and the shortest.
Circle the year. Mountain's the tallest.
That's the shortest though.
Yeah.
Right, that's the shortest.
Yeah.
Circle.
So anyway, yeah, you can check what's the
The
tallest.
tallest one and the shortest one. Scuba.
Why are you coloring the thing? He's like,
Mr. Jones, I forgot to show you
That's fine.
Mr. Jones, that's confusing because there's the one marker, the first green one
Yeah,
is the tallest, and the first thing over here is the shortest.
that's right. It's this the years that generally the mountains are the tallest and the shortest.
So all of them.
Not all of them.
So that first one, the first one,
First one, right?
the first one.
Why do you know that the first one's the tallest?
Could it's
See how accurate we're being here?
Almost got it.
That's a whole other freaking reason.
Yeah, it goes all the way to the top. So I think I can actually pull up one of y'all. Alright, who's the guess?
It's not me.
I wasn't done though.
Y'all should have gotten it by then. Alright, so. Alright, guys. So, this is the right answer. I know y'all can't really see that. Y'all can see it on y'all's screen. Let's see
Zoom
it.
in on it.
Yeah, it's on y'all's screen.
This is mine.
So, it was the first year and the second year. So, now do y'all see that trend that was happening? Going from the first year, the mountains were measured at the highest height, and then towards the 2025, they predict it's going to be
Small.
smaller. Right?
Because the
Got
rain.
that erosion.
Yeah.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I should make a secret.
Every day.
It's like a
Alright, so now we're getting away from bar graphs and we're talking about circle graphs. So, what do y'all know about circle graphs?
They're circle. They look like pies.
Yeah, it looks like a
It's
pie.
like this.
Sometimes they're called pie charts, right? So,
Circle chart.
yeah. Okay, so circle graphs are helpful when comparing percentages, right? So you wouldn't see usually something where they're comparing, like comparing different sets of analogies or anything like that. Usually you're going to see one thing, one general idea, and it's going to be broken into percentages. And I'll show you all an example of that.
I like pie graphs.
You do?
Yeah.
Because it is
Hard.
You.
That was what do y'all see there?
I see a big old circle with red, blue, green, yellow, little thing on top.
It's a circle graph.
It's a circle graph, right? Y'all might need to zoom on it because it's kind of blurry. So, do y'all see the title? Can y'all see the title? And a plane. Y'all know what's a plane? Y'all should know what a plane is.
Bio.
Not mine.
Flat plate.
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah, so y'all been talking about landforms. What's a plane?
Place.
Or the prairie? Yeah, it's a little prairie. What else?
Flat.
It's
Not
flat.
technically flat, but
That's good. It is. They're usually flat. They are flat. Trying to think. How many of y'all are Auburn fans?
That's so. Wait, hold on.
You got two right here. All
Yes,
of
I'm wearing
a
my Auburn shirt.
What do y'all? So this is funny to me. What do Auburn fans usually call where Auburn is? What is it, something to do with this problem? Not Oreo. What?
I know this, and I'm not even an Auburn fan.
So Auburn fans usually they say on the plains, right?
Yeah.
The school on the plains.
But it's Katie, they got
To
two
Great
mascots.
Plains.
Tiger or an eagle?
So
Well,
is Auburn located in the plains? Have y'all been to Auburn?
No.
Or eagle.
I don't want to.
How many of y'all been to Auburn before?
Tiger's a mascot.
To watch a game?
I don't want to go to Auburn.
So alright, so if you've been to Auburn, do you remember seeing plains there?
Except for the football field, no.
From what you know of plains?
I saw an airplane.
It's a big mountain.
I bet you did.
You seem like a big mountain. See, that's the thing. Sometimes I've actually heard where it's not actually plains, and it's funny that Auburn fans refer to it as the plains
It makes no
because it's not maybe a true plain. But that's opinionated. We'll get to that.
That's when they go start going.
Wait, hold on.
Alright, so this is a circle graph. What was the height of that circle graph?
I can't say no, but that's
Can you not see?
What's in a plane? What's in a plane? What's in a plane?
Hot. So this circle graph shows the amount of plant mass in a plane per month.
Why is April the most?
Why is April the most? Why do you think that's the most?
Because that's the year of summer.
Summer has a little bit to do with it. Why is summer? Spring? What's that?
I say like spring.
April? Yeah, that's
Sophie Spears to the office, please. Sophie Spears.
Guys. Why would April be the highest amount of plant mass in it?
It's the warmest season.
It is warm. Why is it warm?
Because it's the middle of summer.
That's what your birthday is?
Is that why it's warm to go?
Think about it though. Have y'all ever heard of the term April showers bring May flowers?
No.
Y'all never heard of that?
No, my mom
April
has.
showers bring May flowers?
Never heard.
Y'all never heard of that?
No.
Alright, so
We're not that old.
next month when it
I think it's 21st
rains
century.
every day, y'all are gonna remember that. Because that's what you're supposed to think about. April showers.
We're not that old.
That's the next month.
21st
8
century.
equal showers.
April showers bring May flowers. So it's gonna rain a lot in April, and that plant mass, what a plant need to grow.
Water and sunlight.
Sunlight,
Water, soil,
water,
nutrients.
soil. That's right. So that's when you're gonna see the highest plant mass. But in that graph, does that support that?
Y'all.
What about what's the smallest?
January.
January, right?
Or June.
Because January.
It's January, and why is that? It's cold, not much sunlight.
Hold
It
on, I
still
just
rains
noticed
a
something.
good bit, but
Blake Gibbs, come to the office, please. Blake Gibbs.
All of these percents.
Miss Stewart, come to the office, please. Miss Stewart, come to the office.
they'll equal. What is?
Oh, they're not gonna hold on for a year.
Oh, it's not a whole. Yeah, it's just those four.
Because
They're
that's
on my face. You should get. You should do.
Alright, so now y'all get a chance to draw a graph, a circle graph with 50%, 25%, and 25%. That's fine. Do the best you can.
Do you not draw a circle?
Mhm.
you can't do a circle though.
I gotta change my
You
color.
can't do a circle.
That's tough.
It's not that tough.
It's
There you go. And then what? We're 25.
I don't know how to do that. Mine is spot like that.
That's kind of hard to do.
That's January. I can draw. Another.
This is gonna be February.
This one's red, relative and 8.
I'm reading terrible.
Yeah. Better get kicked off somehow.
Just press that. That's what I did.
Over. There we go.
I always draw.
Mine's I'm gonna color him in.
Sir, you will never see it.
Is that it?
No, that's
Jeff's creation, isn't it amazing?
He said 50% and then 2, or he said a half.
Here,
And
man,
then
same thing.
two more fours.
Freaking make the third color people that know how to draw.
That's one side.
You can draw.
Color this is yellow.
It looks like my little brother.
I said yellow.
Let's see how y'all do.
I'm not
It has to be too pretty.
I've done it mine, absolutely.
What's the other two?
This is
Draw the other one.
Okay.
I got January, February.
Who is my name is.
Yes.
Y'all look up in it.
No, my name's
Colin Reeds. Not that Colin Reeds. Colin Reeds.
No, go look at mine.
Look at mine. It's nice. Colin Reeds. Look at mine. My name is awesome.
Austin. This is
No,
Amy.
look
Are
at
you
mine.
good at start keep drawing?
No, it's not how to be.
Mr. Jones.
Right.
Mr. Jones.
Happy circle.
Mr. Jones.
Wait, freaking spit.
Okay,
You both spit. Spit right here on my
That was weird.
drawing is
Wait. Let me I mean,
Ooh, I'm gonna draw.
That's mine. Ooh. Seven hearts. And you can't color it either. Hey, it just.
I'm never gonna be finished.
Beautiful. Look at Mr. Jones' face of focus.
Hashtag
Mr.
concentration.
Y'all need to be taking this seriously. I really want to see y'all make this circle.
Mr. Jones.
Okay,
Mr. Jones.
Already did, Jeff.
Mr.
That
Jones.
looks like a mouse.
See, look, go all the way up. Mr.
That
Jones.
there looks
Go
like a
back.
freaking elephant.
Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
Go to one that says T-Rex head.
No.
T-Rex head. That's my nickname.
He says a waiting drawing.
What? Hey, go back over.
Fine.
Stay there. Stay there.
My name is
And let me draw. Let me draw. I'm coloring it
the
in.
one that says Coleman. Mine sucks. I didn't dribble
Oh, no, you're not
Oh,
done.
it's fine. You do cut.
I'm not yet.
That's fine.
Awesome. You messed up. You didn't do it.
You put 4 parts.
Whoops.
This supposed to be 50
parts.
parts.
Oh, I put 4 cards.
Okay,
it's
now go.
Yeah, so
That's it.
Caden's right here.
He's gonna take it.
Caden.
Go to mine. Go to mine.
Then you mess up and everybody's like,
This.
alligator's rule.
Go to mine now.
So why is, I know it's not Tavian's, but why is Tavian's not right?
Because
Oh
he
my
has
God.
4.
I think
Has
Square
four
well.
parts.
Square
What percentages are his?
25, 25, 25.
Yeah, 25, 25, 25, 25.
Don't put my name again.
That wasn't me.
We know it's not.
He got so mad.
Alright,
I can finish.
so if you're not finished,
Wait,
Take this.
you see what's right, right?
That's somebody else. Oh, there.
Pick a different color.
While I'm doing this, while he's doing this, where
This is how
Jeff
we're gonna put it, but I ain't gonna. He's Jeff.
Yeah, who is Jeff?
Tavian.
Rum.
Tavian. Is your name Jeff?
Nope.
Yeah.
Alright. He is Jeff. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's Jeff right there. 50, 50,
What?
25, 50.
Yeah, let's not set
He
it
put
to 15.
15, 25. Hey, he put it on the wrong side.
Oh, my bad. I must have put it on the wrong side. Good job, Tavian. And next time.
Alright, now, this is one that y'all probably saw, I think, yesterday, similar.
There's all 3 of each.
Okay, we're gonna draw another one. This is different. Why is this one different?
Because it's a hole.
It doesn't give you the percentages, does it?
For real, though. Estimate it.
What do you have to do?
Estimate it.
Turn it into a decimal.
Yeah, you have to turn a decimal and 2%,
Or you can
right?
estimate
You draw 7 lines. Do it. You draw 7 lines in this one.
No, you don't draw 7 lines.
it.
Card. You draw 7 lines. You draw 7 lines.
You're gonna do it based on that sample. So whatever that is.
What if you don't know how to do it? So you put 150.
If you don't know how to do it, just do do the best you can.
Well,
I want y'all to try.
Mr. Jones said you said you were
150 and 40 and 10.
If that's how you think, that's supposed to look. I mean, shit.
I'm confused.
Meg Blanchard,
So,
could we also
what is the
please?
question?
Meg
How you
Blanchard.
lose this?
Look on your screen.
And
What are you supposed to do?
Alright, I'm gonna explain. Listen to me. Alright, look in your screen, whatever looks best to you so you can read that the best. It says a 100-gram sample of a rock has 10 grams of calcium, 50 grams of lead, and 40 grams of carbon. Draw a circle graph for the percentage of each element in the rock sample. So there's 100 grams total. Those add up to be 100 grams. So what percentage of each of those would be represented in a circle graph?
What does this have to do with it? This is irrelevant to that.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it there? This is confusing.
No, I'm not trying to confuse you.
Are you pulling my leg?
The picture that was with it has nothing to do
You're
with
right.
it. The circle graph.
Are you pulling my leg?
I want y'all to answer that
I
question
got
the
this.
best
I
you
got
can.
this.
So it would have cuts though, right? It would have percentages. Wow. Oh, y'all need to drop that down.
Mr. Jones out there a good
No, he did. He cheated.
a copy.
He copied me. See?
Bro, you copied me.
I learned to draw a circle that says.
Mr. Jones,
Can you pull a bar out of that circle?
Huh? You want to pull up yours? What's your name on there?
Caleb T-Rex. Caleb put T-Rex/Caleb.
No, put mine in first. Dang it, I forgot. I put the
You
same
got
one next
this. Wait,
to it.
what's my face?
Yeah.
Don't put mine up.
Caleb,
It's T-Rex.
yours is right. That's
I
correct.
understood.
So how'd you know to make your graph like that?
Because
Y'all listen.
there's the questions like one has 50 and then the 40. Like there's a little slice in
Yeah.
between the 40 and the 10.
That's right. Y'all's graph should look like Caleb's. So this circle graph shows, I know it's kind of hard for y'all to see, but that is your 10 grams of calcium right there. It's 10% of 100 grams. So, and then this 50 grams of lead is represented right here. And then this 40 grams of carbon is right here. So that's where you're going to see that in that circle graph. Y'all saw that, I know, in a problem yesterday, I believe, when y'all were working.
Thank you for the help, Caleb.
We could have just looked up a picture on Google and we can get it on top.
But I don't want y'all to do that because you don't have Google when you're taking these tests.
Yeah. He helped. You don't even know how to do it. And don't we take them on paper or
This year is paper. Next year will be computer. This year we're using paper.
So y'all have to draw something like this, man. Y'all might not have to draw it, but y'all are going to have to look at a graph like that. And y'all are going to have to understand a problem like that.
Is mine
That's
right?
good.
Is mine right?
Is that the one that just popped up?
Here's the one that got the big old line.
Yeah.
So now y'all have to be getting close to that.
Ladle.
See, Mr. Jones, I told you it
What
was
up
smart.
is right.
What about Coleman Reedus? I'm not done yet. Coleman
Coleman
Reedus.
Reedus, that's good.
Call me
Whose is that?
There we go.
So do y'all see that now, though? Do y'all
That's
see
Coleman.
why that graph's right?
Yeah, this is Coleman.
KJ.
Stop
it.
That's Coleman.
Hey, Stop it. 100 grams of rock.
Alright, so we're going to cover this last part pretty quick. This is line graphs.
Oh man, we got
I don't know if we're going to draw line graphs, but we're going to look at one. So, when do you usually see a line graph?
With
numbers and
Weather, let's see what weather.
comparing something over a long period of time.
Yeah. So that's what that says. Almost. Great ways to show change over time. And Coleman's right because usually what's on that bottom part on the line graph? Years, maybe seconds, time, months. Yeah. So why would a line graph be good to show that? It's like a timeline. You can see change over time, right?
We had one of those again.
Yeah, so y'all might see something like that. And here's an example. So that one's not complete. I'm not sure why that's not showing up all the way.
I don't know why I was thinking
But what does that say? What's that graph showing?
velocity of a makeup truck.
Velocity of a makeup truck.
isn't velocity a lift?
So what is getting measured here?
The second
What's the bottom part?
time second.
Time, second. Good. So what's that line represent? The velocity. What's another word for velocity? Speed. So that graph would show the speed of a shark. Y'all see how that works? I asked y'all this question again, and we're gonna skip that one.
Wait, I was clicking.
Alright, so we got a short amount of time. I need to cover this quick. Variables. We talked about variables in the beginning. You're kind of like, oh, I think I know what that is. So, someone want to read their screen and tell us what it is? Jay, read loud for us.
A variable is an object, event, idea, feeling, time period, or any other type of category you are trying to measure.
That's right. A variable is anything that you're trying to measure in an experiment. So, in that last graph, we looked at a mako chart. What were the two things on the bottom and top?
The speed and not the
speed.
speed.
The time was one,
And the time.
and distance, right? Distance. And earlier we looked at the mountain heights. What was one of the variables?
Like 100.
The height.
The height. The height of the mountain. So that's whatever you're measuring, whatever you're trying to measure. So an independent variable. Let's get to this quick. Got some time. Y'all know what does independent mean?
By yourself.
Myself.
By yourself. You don't need any help from anybody else. Without being the human sense. I'm independent. So an independent variable is something that isn't affected by anything else. It won't change. So the independent variable would be something like time. Will time change if you're in an experiment and you're clocking something? Is it gonna 1 second be slower or faster than the other?
No.
No. It's gonna stay consistent, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds in an experiment. So that's gonna be something you're gonna see on a line graph. I'm gonna give you an example of that. There. Alright, so here in this line graph, you don't see that on your computer. Time is the independent variable. It's not changing. And see where time's at. It's on the bottom line. So time and independent variables are always going to be on the bottom. So you aren't going to notice that in y'all's quizzes and stuff like that. depending on something. So in that graph, the distance is what's getting measured. So the distance getting covered is dependent